Adam Chris from MyMMAnews.com, and I am being joined for the first time on the fuck that. I gotta start that over. Get it again in three, two. Adam Chris from MyMMAnews.com, and I am being joined for the first time on the program by Maksim Tsybulka. He is coming off a very successful performance at AFL in a Muay Thai bout. I first saw him compete in the cage at RFL's first event a couple of months ago, and I am being joined by him now, getting to chat with him, talk about a little bit of his upbringing, some of his martial arts competition, being joined by my man now. So before we get into it, I got to thank my man, Maxim. What's going on, brother?
Good. How are you? I'm doing good.
I'm doing good, man. So, yeah, dude, as I've told you in person, I'll tell you yet again on camera that ever since seeing you for the first time fighting at RFL, I was just blown away by just your level of striking, your cohesiveness, and just the level that you have at this young of a game is just beyond some of the other people at that your age. So, with that being said, man, where does all this come from, man? Such a young age. Let's just start from the beginning. Where did you start training in martial arts?
So, well, let's start from the beginning. So I was born in Belarus,
Okay.
and when I came to America, when I moved to America, I was 6 when I moved here, and I played soccer for most of my life. And my mom did judo because my mom was going to the Olympics for judo until
Okay.
she dislocated her collarbone, and she had to pull out. And I started doing judo first, and I was having fun with judo. It was good, but I wanted to do something more like, aggressive and like punching and kicking and taking people down. Then I went to a UFC gym in Edgewater, and I
Hmm.
started training there, and the gym closed down, unfortunately. And I found another good gym that I'm training there ever since. And I've been grappling, wrestling, Muay Thai, striking everything I could do. And I'm still doing it.
So it all started with judo, obviously, with like you just said, your mom. Now, I feel like I have to. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask the obvious question. I feel like with ages and everything, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume roughly your mom's age. Did she ever run through the circuits in the Olympic centers with like a Ronda Rousey?
Nah, she went to Olympic school, and then she was about to go perform in the Olympics, and she dislocated her collarbone right before like entering and going out to compete for Belarus.
Gotcha, gotcha. So I mean, since we're talking about the origin story, what brought you over to the U.S.?
It was my grandparents that wanted me to come here because like they saw how I was living in Belarus, and it was hard out there because growing up there, it's like there wasn't really much for you to do beside going to the military or end up just working like a just like a job, and a lot of bad stuff goes on. There's like crime and like a lot of alcohol, smoking, like a lot of bad things that go on there. So they wanted to move me out here to America, and then at the age of 6, they flew me and my mom and my other grandma out here to live.
That's awesome. So now that you've obviously spent the majority of your life over in the United States, gotten to be raised over here, is there any part of you that kind of maybe wants to go back and visit like the home country at all?
Yeah, I definitely want to go back and visit. I was there 2 years ago. I was visiting. I try to go every summer, but right now I can't really go back because you see what's going on there.
Hmm.
And if as soon as I land, like I'm gonna get taken to the military, and that's not gonna happen.
So we'll
I'm
keep
never gonna be here ever again if I go.
understandable. So we'll keep it here and we'll keep the American dream of fighting alive. So that leads me to my next question. So you've been very successful in your amateur fighting career thus far. So, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun because obviously you're still young in your amateur career, but what are the long-term goals since obviously nobody gets into this just for the sake of, hey, I just feel like I want to fight somebody.
Yeah. So we have a lot of goals. Like currently, I have a fight coming up November 18th. So that's what we're focused on right now.
Mm-hmm.
After this fight, we're trying to get another one by December. And next year, I wanna get like at least like 6 fights throughout the next year and turn pro hopefully in 2024, towards the beginning of the year, maybe somewhere in the middle. And the goal is to go pro, make it out there, make a name for myself, make it to a big organization, you know.
How old are you right now again? I know I asked you this the last fight, but again.
I'm 18.
18. So successful thus far, and so many goals still to succeed. But with Flex Series coming up, I got to ask, man, do you know anything about your upcoming opponent?
Yeah, I know he's like He's a decent wrestler. He's a striker. I don't know how about his jiu-jitsu is, but I know he's from Philly, and I
Hmm.
think he's affiliated with Daniel Gracie.
Okay.
But I've been training a lot. I've been focusing on him. We have some film on him that we've been studying. So I've
So
been
you're training with my guy Shedrick Goodridge. I've known that guy for a long time. I've commentated some of his fights from way. I mean, I'll just say like 2015 era. So I've spent some years getting to know Cedric Goodridge. Great guy, great coach. So tell me, what was it like to get some knowledge from him? And obviously he has a fight coming up in December. But so you guys getting to train alongside each other, you getting to pick his brain. What's it like training with that at the Bomb Squad? Am I not mistaken?
a little bomb academy.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's good. I saw him yesterday. I was just training with him. We're doing some pad work and some technique drills. It's good because he's so much more experienced than me, and he has so much more knowledge in this game than I do. Because I'm still young but he's been fighting for a while. I know he just had a kickboxing fight for
Mhm.
Flex also,
Mhm.
and he's showing me some things. He's a really good wrestler. Like his ground game and his takedowns are really really nice. So he's been showing me some things, and I'm working off of him.
What's your record across the board? Obviously, I mean Muay Thai. I saw your one win. Obviously, MMA. I saw your one win. But across the board, I'm
I'm
not.
I'm 1-0 in MMA, 3-1 in Muay Thai.
Okay.
But my only loss came from when I was like 14 or like 13. I don't even remember. And it was because I fought for some other gym. It was like I should have never even fought that fight because I was not ready to fight, and I got thrown in, out clinched, and I got killed in there.
And the Flex Fight Series, is that an MMA bout or is that going to
Yeah,
be
it's an MMA bout.
MMA bout? So, are you trying to gear more towards MMA at this juncture, or are you just taking both? You like in the dichotomy of mixing it up?
I like both. I like because I have to do both because I do grappling competitions, I do Muay Thai fights, and I do MMA fights to mix it up. But this last one I was gonna fight for Revolt, but my all my opponents, they had to pull out. So I took a Muay Thai fight at the end of September, and then I got offered another fight in November. So I took it right away, an MMA fight. And I was planning to do another jiu-jitsu competition like the weekend after my fight, but I don't think I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna be a little tired.
Understandable. So I got to ask that we've talked about the origin story, we talked about your fights and everything, but I got to ask what was your driving force to compete? What made you want to get the gloves on, get in there, get in the mats, mix it up with some of these people? Did you know that you had a skill before you got in there?
Mm, I always had like I feel like I always had like the drive and like the hunger, and like I could always like I'm into like fighting, like I want to scrap. I'm always in for a scrap, but I don't know what really pushed me to go in there to fight, but I think I was just training and sparring, and I was like, you know what, like I'm kind of liking this. And I played soccer at the time too, so I was doing two sports. I
Mhm.
wanted to go pro in soccer. That was the initial goal. Like I wanted to be a professional soccer player, but I realized I like fighting more and like punching somebody in the face, getting punched, and I dropped soccer, and then I just focused on fighting and train and sparring every day, which led up to my first fight. You know.
So getting in the Flex Fight Series, it's coming up just a couple weeks away from it. Do you have a bold prediction, if you will? Or are you one of those that you kind of just like to leave it up and we'll see what happens. I'll take anything. Or do you actually have something in your mind that you feel like you can get done in the job?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know because I don't really know much about this guy. I don't want to underestimate him. I don't want to speak something out there and then I'm not sure yet. I'm not at that level where I'm going to be predicting my knockouts yet.
True. Oh, you just gave a little something away. You said knockouts. So it's not a submission. You said knockouts. So we'll go there.
We'll see. We'll see which one.
So what's a typical day of training look like at Little Bomb Squad? Well, I mean, not for Little Bomb Squad. Obviously, everybody has a different agenda. What's a typical day look like for Maxim?
So a typical day for me. So I wake up around 7:50, and I train in. So I also train in the TRA, Thiago Academy in Jersey City. It's a jiu-jitsu gym.
Mhm.
So I train there MMA in the morning, and then I grapple in the morning. So from around like 9 to 11, 11:30, I'm training. Then I go home, I rest for a few hours. I come back around 4:30 and I train more grappling from 4:30 to 7, 4:30 to 8. I go back to Jersey City to train. And then from there, my last training session is from like 8 to like 12 in Dumont, which is Little Bomb Academy. So
So
I train 2, 3 times a day every day almost.
do you have a rough timeline? I mean, it seems like you're a man on a mission and you're 100% focused and dialed in. Do you have a rough timeline of, let's say you're 18 now, you want to be pro by you said 2024. Is there like a maybe Ultimate Fighter, Dana White Contender Series 2026? Are you thinking that far ahead?
No, I'm not thinking that far ahead. Yeah, I don't really know. We'll see like what happens because there's a lot of promotions out there. Maybe not even just the UFC. Obviously, everyone wants to get into the UFC. My goal is to get to the UFC, but I want maybe one day like some other promotion will give me a better contract, and we'll see where it works from
Yeah,
there.
I mean, there's so many out there. One championships, Bellator. I mean, it's really the fighters market. So. But all right, man, I'll let you guys get out of here. But Flex Fight Series, it's coming up, and it's been a great time catching up with my man Maxim Tsybulka. Any final words? Any sponsors? Anybody you want to shout out before I let you go?
Um, no, I don't have no one to shout out to sponsor, but I want you guys to, if anyone's listening to this, come watch my fight November 18th, Flex Fight Series. I'm fighting I don't know who I'm fighting, but I'm fighting somebody. But if you guys could come out, support me, check it out, show me some love on my Instagram. My Instagram is max.t03 if anyone wants to come support. And
That was
that'd
going
be
to be
it.
my next question. I'll actually add that over your video so people can follow you on Instagram, keep up with your story, and keep up with all your fight news, man. Maxim, it has been my pleasure talking with you. Hopefully, I'll get to announce one of your fights again in the future. Hopefully, we'll
Yeah.
get to catch up in the future, and nothing but the best of luck, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I
Oh, my
definitely want to
pleasure.
do this
There,
sometime again if you let me know.
oh, absolutely. There he goes, Maxim Tsybulka. He's getting in the cage once again at Flex Fight Series. It's going down just a couple days away. He is freshly removed from his Muay Thai bout. The man is doing a little bit of it all between striking, between grappling and MMA. He is something that you want to keep your eyes on. 18 years old, and the sky is the absolute limit for this kid. For Maxim Tsybulka, my name is Adam Christ, and you make sure you keep it locked to my MMAnews.com for all your fight news needs.